Alright, what's up YouTube? So I thought I would show you kind of what's happened the past few days. Probably the past 3 or 4 days we've had about 2 inches of rain. So this is pond number 2, the lowest pond on our property at the moment. The dog is a big fan and get in there every chance he gets. We got about an inch the other day and it dropped down probably 6 inches, so I don't know how well we're going to hold water in this one. I suspect it'll stay about this level, but you can see it's down to, that's basically how much topsoil we have, right about where the level is on the pond. And this is being the low part of the valley. There's quite a bit of topsoil down here, so I had too big of a machine to build this small of a pond, so I couldn't get turned around in there and get clay turned around on these banks very well. So it is what it is. I might have to get in there with a backhoe and kind of scrape it out and put some more red in there eventually, but I thought I would just see how this went. So that's the first pond, and then I'm going to walk you over here to the swale, show you kind of how it did. We probably got about another ½ inch last night, and show you what it looks like. It's pretty much empty, and it was not empty after we got all the rain. It's just doing what it's supposed to do and soaking this water into the landscape. So I'm pretty happy with all that. I was kind of worried about all this clay, how much it would hold water, because it's we're up enough out of the valley at this point that we're almost solid clay. There wasn't hardly any topsoil here at all. So once you kind of notice how the swale changes colors as we walk along and get closer to the low part of the valley, and you'll also notice that there's less and less water as we go along, because that black dirt soaks it in better than the clay up there. You'll notice we have trees planted all along. We've also got some cover crop. We've got some turnips coming up, and some annual ryegrass. I did that just to help hold the soil. I know it'll die here in a few months, but I'm hoping that it'll get up tall enough that it'll kind of hold the soil in place. And we've got some clover in there that's starting to come up. So here's kind of my first really purposeful plantings. I think that's a serviceberry. That is a pea shrub right there. We've got a wolfberry right there. It's got a few little berries starting to come on. Right there is a jujube. I don't know what variety. I bought it from a lady on Craigslist, so we'll just have to see. And then I believe those are just some raspberries there. Anyways, here's our big rock that we found. It's kind of a monster. We dug that thing out of there. It's got a kind of cool little, shows you what we used to be like around here with that little seashell there. I don't know if you can see that on video, but kind of cool to dig that up. That came out of the swale right there. You'll see all that. There's almost no standing water over here on this side of the swale. We've got a big puddle at the end here where I was tracking up and down with a track loader, trying to bring some black dirt over to the pond over here. So I'll probably just get a pick and dig that out a little bit, and so it drains right into the swale instead of standing in there. See how this upper pond is doing. It's got a little bit of water in it, but pretty disappointing for getting 2 inches of rain. It doesn't get much better than that for filling up ponds. So I know I've got some work here. We're getting no runoff. The only thing that's caught is what rained right into it. So that's just going to be handwork, because I can't get a machine in here very easy anymore. Got a mulberry there that I planted a few years ago. The deer have munched on it every year. I thought it was dead last year, but here it comes, and it's coming up above the graft. So we'll keep doing that. Alright, we're back at the swale again. So on the other side, as you can see, it doesn't have any standing water in it, so it's doing its job. I'm pretty sure we soaked in thousands of gallons of water over the several rain events that we've had over the past few days. Instead of just letting it fly right off our property. You'll see all the trees we planted in the swale all the way along. Those are for the most part natives. There's black cherry, choke cherry, bush clover, there's some silver maples, white oak, pecan, black walnut. So several trees there, and then a cherry that we planted over there. So not a lot of fruit yet, but we are working on it. Here's a peach tree. Here's a $10 Walmart tree, and it has a little peach on it. I have no idea what it'll do. I figured 10 bucks it was worth sticking it in the ground and getting the roots established, and I'll graft it next year if I need to. It'll probably get leaf curl, but we'll see. These are the native pears, not native, the invasive pears, and that's what almost all those trees are out there that you'll see. And this here too. Invasive pears, they get, I think they're Bradford pears that have gone wild. They'll grow thorns and they are just absolutely terrible, but they are pear trees that have established root systems. And we are going to graft those next year. We did some this year, which will probably be another video, but should give us a head start and lots of pears in the future on this property. So be using those for various things. You'll see this side of the swale has quite a bit of water in it still. That is due to being up high here, so a lot of this is clay, as opposed if we were a little bit lower down there like that pond with all the black dirt. It was soaking in down at the bottom of the valley here. And this side of the swale also catches way more water than anything else because of that house sitting up there. So all that house is pretty much running straight down to this part of the swale. So I will be planting anything and everything I can get my hands on that have deep tap roots, and sticking them in there to help break that clay up and let the water soak in a little bit better. You also notice the end caps of our swale haven't been smoothed out yet, so gotta work on that before too much longer. Also don't have a spillway in yet. So far it has not been an issue with I think one night we got about an inch of rain, so and that didn't even get close to even filling the swale up. So it'll probably take a good 2-3 inch rain and coming down pretty quick for a spillway to even be necessary in this system. That's my guess at this point. So not in a huge rush to do that, but I will get it done shortly. Anyways, that is an update on the property. If you guys have any questions, please post questions, comments, whatever you think down below, and I will be glad to respond to you. If you like this video, you want to see more, you want to see what we're up to, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to me.